They say some mistakes ruin your life. Mine introduced me to him. I didn't mean to text him. It was late and my mind was scattered. I typed the number in a hurry, hit send, and didn't even bother checking. The message was simple, meant for someone else, someone who was actually supposed to receive it. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. Hey, I think you've got the wrong number. I froze for a second, then sighed at my own carelessness. Great, embarrassing. I quickly typed, "Oh, I'm so sorry, wrong number." That should have been it. End of story. But then he replied again, "It's okay, happens more than you think." I don't know why I responded after that. Maybe I was bored, maybe curious, or maybe without realizing it, I had just stepped into something I wasn't meant to leave so easily. "What's your name?" I asked. At first, it was nothing special, just random conversations. Small talk, the kind you forget as soon as you put your phone down. We talked about stupid things, favorite foods, how annoying mornings are, what we'd rather be doing instead of texting a stranger. But then the conversation started getting longer and deeper. Good mornings became routine. "Did you eat?" turned into, "Tell me how your day really went." Late night texts turned into 2 a.m. confessions neither of us planned to share. Somewhere in between all of that, he stopped being a mistake. He became him. I started noticing things, how I'd check my phone more often, how I'd smile at his messages without realizing it, how his name, saved as wrong number at first, started to feel important. We didn't exchange pictures in the beginning. It felt safer that way, like we were protecting whatever this was from becoming too real, too fast. One night, out of nowhere, he texted, "This is weird." I smiled, already knowing what he meant. "What is this? Us?" I stared at the message, my fingers hovering over the screen. Because he wasn't wrong. We were two strangers, brought together by a mistake, talking like we had known each other forever. "Yeah," I replied. "It is." There was a pause, then came the message I think we both knew was coming. "We should probably stop." My chest tightened in a way I didn't expect. It wasn't dramatic, just a quiet, uncomfortable feeling, like something slipping away before I had the chance to understand it. I stared at the screen for a long time before typing back. "Yeah, probably," because logically it made sense. We weren't supposed to happen. We didn't even belong in each other's lives. So we stopped. For one day. The next evening, my phone lit up again. "I saw something today that reminded me of you." I smiled instantly. And just like that, we didn't stop. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. We never defined it, never gave it a name. We just kept going, existing somewhere between strangers and something more. He became part of my routine, my thoughts, my days. Sometimes I think about that first message, that tiny mistake. If I had double-checked the number, if he hadn't replied, if either of us had actually meant it when we said we'd stop, none of this would exist. One night I asked him, "Do you ever think about how this started?" "All the time," he replied. And there was a pause. Then he said, "I think it's funny how something so wrong can feel so right." I didn't answer because I felt it too. A wrong number, a random text, a conversation that should have ended in seconds. And yet somehow, it turned into the right person.